Hey guys, Scott and Nate here from Play Your Court. Today we're going to dissect the Nick Kyrgios forehand for the second time.
Part 2.
All right guys, so today once again we're talking about the Nick Kyrgios forehand because we've seen quite a lot of feedback on the first video.
Yes, we have.
Some lovers, some haters, and everywhere in between, so there's definitely some more things to address here. Before we dive in, remember this video is for a higher level player. If you just learned how to play tennis yesterday, please turn this off. Don't try and copy Nick Kyrgios' forehand, it's just not time yet. If you're at a Play Your Court 80, and above, this video is for you. If you're not in our community or familiar with our rating system, you really should be, and it's upsetting that you're not, but we forgive you, and that is the equivalent of about a USTA 4.5 and up. So, Nate, take the reins here, man. I know we've gotten some pretty interesting feedback from people about how much they loved, hated, were nauseated by our last
there was a lot of feedback.
Of the Kyrgios
The
forehand.
cool thing is, like, you guys out there really like Nick Kyrgios, which I do too. I'm a fan. The dude is uber talented. And as you said, maybe a little focus would improve his game. But the dude obviously is innovating some parts of the game with the way that he's playing the game, specifically off the forehand.
Good God, man. Nick, if you're watching, #1 fanboy right here, huh? Let's go. Two videos for you. It's all Nate. I mean, you're cool, but...
I'm a Fed guy. Sorry, Nick. Yeah, Fed's my dude. Along with the rest of the world.
Fed, if you're watching.
So what we're going to talk about today, we got to clear some things up. The most important thing to understand here is style versus function. All right, what does this mean? A lot of these forehands that people are copying, we're really just looking at style points, right? We're looking at their specific style, and what we need to be focusing on is the function.
Just because it looks cool doesn't mean you should copy it, right? It's got to be functional.
I mean, Nick's obviously an unbelievable athlete, a lot of elasticity to the arm. But what we want to be focusing on are the biomechanics, the fundamentals. And you got to ask yourself, is the forehand that you're copying or the forehand that you're hitting now, is it giving you solid contact? All right, is it efficient? Is it repeatable? These are the things that we want to ask ourselves. I don't think anyone ever taught Jack Sock or Nick Kyrgios or Kyle Edmund or Rafa or any of these forehands that we see are a little bit unorthodox. I think that was their personal style that developed. And yes, there's been some tweaking. We know Francis Tiafoe, his forehand, which was just so dominant at College Park, Maryland, and really climbing up. Yeah, man. Really climbing up the, you were.
University of Maryland grad.
Yeah.
Played a little ball there myself.
Okay.
Not quite as high as Francis Tiafoe, but.
No, definitely not. And so Francis's forehand, everybody was copying. Everybody wanted the forehand. And then they realized on the pro stage, it was a little too big. So it has been tweaked just a little bit. All right. But so with the forehand, specifically the Nick Kyrgios forehand, where we see him inverting, okay, that's unique to him. That's what we'd refer to as style, right? But what you may see more people doing, including the Sox and the Edmund, you are starting to see forehands where they're inverting, where they're not so much here. Like I said, that's unique to Nick, but you're seeing it invert more in this phase. If you watch Kyle Edmund,
the strings are kind of pointing more back towards like the back curtain almost.
For sure.
Okay.
All right, and so with Kyle Edmund, you are seeing his racket traditionally moving this way, but then turning. All right, and
what that's a funky looking forehand to me, but
yeah,
functional.
But we're teaching it now, and that's the thing, guys. Like, so the last video, what we're talking about is it does apply to some people. Our high-level juniors that we're working with, through High Performance with USPTA, there's a manner in which to do this with pulling the elbow back and inverting the wrist that's helping you get to the ball quicker. All right, but these are kids that have really worked on creating the unit turn and doing the more traditional forehand that are looking for something a little bit more, or we've seen them messing with it and we've encouraged it because it looks natural. And that's the thing. It has to be natural. It has to be organic. It's really hard to force it. Yeah, I would never come out and teach someone to do the Nick Kyrgios forehand that wasn't at a particular skill level. And hence our last video when we demonstrated the Nick Kyrgios forehand, we made it very clear it's for a very high level. All right, so let's jump back into some things with the Nick Kyrgios forehand.
Are you gonna hit some today? Or
I'm gonna try to duplicate.
Yeah, and before Nate does that, internet trolls, take it easy, because if we could hit our forehand like Nick Kyrgios, no offense, we probably wouldn't be talking to you on YouTube right now. We'd probably be playing at the U.S. Open or at Indian Wells.
I'd be playing Nick Kyrgios with Nick Kyrgios' forehand.
Right, so this isn't going to look perfect. So you can rag on Nate all you want. We know he's got a decent forehand, and we also know that he's not Nick Kyrgios. We also know his beard's way better, so I don't even care about your forehand. Let's go.
Let's break it down. Here we go. All right, guys, so I'm going to do my best here to demonstrate Nick Kyrgios' forehand.
Good luck. He's pretty good.
So what I really want you to take notice of is the way the racket is being taken back, and it's being taken back with my elbow, not the traditional unit turn with the shoulders. So what's happening here is the racket is going to invert. It's going to get pulled back with the elbow, and then it's going to really quickly enter into the slot with contact out in front, and you're just going to hopefully see that big laser-like forehand. Probably not as good as Nick's, though.
Probably not. Not gonna lie, Nate. Kind of looking a little bit like Nick Kyrgios there, man. That forehand's not too bad.
I got really lucky. All right, but
Blind squirrel finds a nut every now and again, huh?
Blue moon. But really just kind of focusing on what the biomechanics are. All right, so what are the takeaway, guys? If you're trying to emulate these superhumans, the Sox and the Kyrgios and the TFOs, Edmund, and their style, right? Not necessarily the function, but the style. That's fine, but the more important part is that we want to get into the function. And so what does the Nick Kyrgios forehand allow us to do? It allows us to get into the slot very, very quick, and then it focuses on this really quick rotation of the wrist to just fire out to the ball. The game evolved because the game got really fast, so therefore the strokes evolved.
Yeah, and guys, we want you to copy your idols. We just want you to do it for the right reasons. Do it because it can actually improve the function of your strokes, not because you think it looks cool.
Right. If I was going to copy anybody for you guys out there,
it would be me. We know.
Yeah. That's not what I was going to say.
That's not me?
I said I was a Fed guy. There's a reason everybody loves Fed. All right, the unit turn on the side is fantastic. The goal is, like, if you're having trouble with your stroke getting too big and it's not keeping up with the modern game, and these are for players that are, 4.550, some of you collegiate people looking to play college, your strokes are getting broken down. The key is really just getting the racket down on the side and not allowing it to get too big, and that's what Kyrgios' forehand does. I do want to address one more thing before we go.
Please.
All right. I talked about inverting your hand in the last video, and there was a lot of feedback on that.
Oh, yeah. Not all friendly feedback. I'm nervous.
Yeah.
You're just teeing it up for him again. Let's go.
Yeah, you guys
what do you got?
You can jump all over it.
Troll away.
I do want to address, we would never teach this to a beginner or someone that was not an advanced player. Part of the reason that we implement this in our academy is that we're trying to make this, the elbow pulled back, we talk about pulling back the bow, we're trying to make this feel more natural. And what tends to happen is that traditionally we're keeping the hand here, right? Or, see palm down, some people are even palm up, right? That's gonna be traditional, and that's gonna help you keep the ball on the side, all right, and not over-rotate too early. All right, but what we're trying to do with rotating the hand is actually just trying to make the joint position from shoulder to shoulder feel a lot more natural. And then at this point, right, we'll see where it fires through and the hand actually gets back this way. All right, so it's not like it's staying this way the whole time. I'm coming through and I'm hitting, and then it's getting back to this space. All right.
That's awesome. That's great instruction. And guys, remember, this video is definitely for a higher level player. We said play your court 80 and up, USTA 4.5 and up. Again, if you're a beginner and you just watch this, please, please, please don't go try and implement an inverted hand in a Nick Kyrgios pullback. It's just not the right piece of information for you. And that said, if it's not the right piece of information for you, do us a favor, click the button or the link below and answer some questions for us so we get a little bit better idea of your specific skill level, and we'll then send you some specific videos based on your forehand at your skill level. So do us a favor, click the button or the link below, answer some questions, we'll hook your forehand up. Thanks.